still, no one is paying attention to IAM. Everyone is focused on this French team, and IAM will continue to be perpetuating this abuse over and over and over again. Nobody's talking about Eteri this Olympic cycle.
Welcome to Burn It All Down, the feminist sports podcast you need. Jessica here. I'm very excited about the interview that we're about to do, but first, a couple things. Our Kickstarter is well underway, and the response has been overwhelming, is probably the right word. As of this recording, we've raised over $22,000 with contributions from 287 people, and I get particularly emotional thinking about the 287 number. That's beyond. So thank you so much. The Kickstarter is still ongoing. We'd love to reach 25,000, so we're not that far away. If we do, that will guarantee enough money for 6 main episodes starting in June, guaranteed Burn It All Down content through the end of 2026. And as you can see by things like today's interview, your support has really lit a fire, pun intended, under us. So there's exciting bonus content already planned, and I'm sure plenty after that. If you haven't yet, please head over to our YouTube page and subscribe. This is our new thing we're trying out. Bonus content will end up there first because it's easy to get it up there. And then sometimes we'll go to the audio feed, like the amazing halftime analysis that Bren and Amira did earlier this week. It was incredible. And I was like, we got to get this on audio, but it's also on YouTube. We also have a monthly newsletter. You can find links to the Kickstarter, our YouTube page, and how to sign up for the newsletter. And our show notes are at our website, burnitalldownpod.com. Okay, did housekeeping. Now, onto the fun stuff. I'm so excited because today I am joined by Steph Crugnola, my friend. She's a former figure skater and an excellent podcaster who's here to talk to me about what's already gone down in figure skating in Milan and what's to come. I met Steph through our shared love of our local MLS team, Austin FC, and she co-hosts one of my favorite podcasts, Swoon Tower, which you would find under the Moon Tower feed if you're looking for it, which is all about, as they say, the Austin FC boys, with her lovely husband, Mike, who is great. Steph, welcome to Burn It All Down.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. I feel like I've leveled up my life.
Jeez.
It's so, what the work that y'all do is so incredible, and I'm honored to be here.
Well, I'm so excited. I was just saying to Steph right before we recorded, I haven't done a Burn It All Down interview in years. So it's really fun to be doing my first one with you. I just love you. So as of this recording, you tell me if I'm wrong, but as of this moment that we're recording, the team competition is complete with the U.S. taking gold. Japan got silver. Italy, which was very exciting, got the bronze at home.
Yeah.
The ice dancing is also finished, and as I wrote this in all caps, we will talk about that.
We certainly will.
The men have done their short program with the free skate to come tomorrow. It's fine. I'm not a huge Ilya fan. He's at first. Okay. So I do want to let everyone know before we really get into this, we will be discussing abuse, in particular sexual abuse. So please take care of yourself when listening. If that means turning this off and never listening, that's great. Do that too. All right, Steph, let's start with a fun one.
Yes.
What's been your favorite thing so far with figure skating in Milan?
So I know that Amira talked about this on the Part 2 Olympic preview, but I have to talk about the U.S. women because, oh my God, if there were, if we had role models like this when I was skating, I feel like my experience with the sport would be entirely different. There is no camaraderie in skating. You train with these people for days and days and days, and you spend your whole life with them, and there's no real true friendship there. I have a couple acquaintances from skating, but I don't have any,
I should have asked. How long did you skate for? When did you start and how long did you skate?
I started when I was 3, and
wow.
I stopped. Yeah, I stopped. I stopped doing freestyle competition when I was 18. I was suggested to stop. And then I did theater on ice for a few years, which was actually so fun. I got to travel internationally. We like won a bunch of international
Know this. This
competitions.
is so fun for
Yeah,
me. Look what
it's
I'm
basically
learning.
like a 6-minute production number on ice. I was on the senior team with the Skating Club of Boston, and then also on the adult team with my dad. So like I taught my dad how to
What?
skate.
This is so
We
cute.
Yeah, we went to Nice. We got to travel. We got to do a bunch of different competitions. It was delightful. So
What
that I stopped when
was
I was like 24.
okay? And so, like, what was your biggest jump? I guess, like what was your like big thing that you would do?
Yeah. So I was not a jumper. What they called me a
Okay,
second mark skater, which is basically like I relied on my composition. So I was beautiful and I had long lines and I had a killer spiral and my
I
footwork was
believe that.
incredible, emotion and
Believe
blah,
it.
blah, blah. My
Mhm.
highest jump was a triple sow.
Okay,
So it was fine. I
you can
also was an
jump and
ice
turn three
dancer.
times in the air. That's
It was fine.
incredible.
It was
I know
fine.
you're saying it like that, but damn, man. Okay.
It's one of those things that like I've had to do a lot of reframing for myself. Like I showed Mike a bunch of skating videos when we went back to my parents' house for Thanksgiving, and I was like, "Oh, I was good."
Yeah, isn't that
And
weird
like,
when your memory of something is so negative and then you've had distance and you're like, well, wait a
yeah,
second.
being
Yeah,
told I
that's
was
hard.
trash for so long, like I just believed it, and I wasn't. Like I was probably
Yeah.
consistently in the top 100 of figure skaters, entire United States figure skaters for my entire career. And like
Well,
that's
let's
not
go.
bad.
Okay, okay. Okay, so tell me then about so you're saying when you those many years that you spent in ice skating, you didn't have this camaraderie that we're seeing specifically with the US women?
Yes,
Is- Okay.
specifically with the US women. And that comes a lot from, as Amira said, Alyssa retired and she came back on her own terms and she has created this just vibe of being yourself and being excited for your teammates when they do well. Nobody wants to beat a skater who hasn't done well, but you're also always kind of like conditioned to root for them to fail
Yeah, of
because you want
course.
to win.
Yeah.
Um, but Alyssa and Amber, especially Isabeau as well, seems to be like really swept up into it. This is such a beautiful group of friends. And for Amber to be, I think, the first openly queer woman
I think
in
so.
US figure skating is phenomenal. She posted on her TikTok the other day after Team USA won gold. They hate to see two woke bitches winning. And it's just like
Oh,
that
I love
vibe.
that.
Ugh,
Yes.
that vibe is everything to me. They are everything. They're skating to what they want to skate to. They're doing whatever they want to with their bodies. And that is like that. The importance of this team cannot be overstated for what it is hopefully doing to inspire younger generations of skaters.
This reminds me very much of the way we were talking about the U.S. gymnastics team at the last Summer Olympics and what
Yes.
Simone Biles had brought as far as camaraderie, but also like when she got the twisties and couldn't do it. And like the relief that like I was writing a thing about gymnasts and abuse at the time. So I was talking to gymnasts who had really been through it in the sport and like that really meant something to them that
Yes.
she was very much there on her own terms and willing to stand up for herself and for her body and her health and like yeah what a
Yeah.
for so much that's shit right now
I
it's like
know.
thank you women
Yes, but
uh
like in general, that's bullet point 1. Bullet point 2 is more general of that. The ages and the bodies that we're seeing, especially in the women across disciplines. So in freestyle, in dance, in pairs, we are seeing women who look like humans. We're seeing the muscles that you need. And that was always something that, like, for me, like, just from my own experience, I was criticized endlessly for having big quads because I was doing big jumps. And, like, because wanted to be an ice dancer, I have all of my ice dance tests, but I never got a partner for that reason. I
because your
was
quads were too
stronger.
big.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I was stronger than
I
anyone
would like
else.
to go back in time and hug little Steph because that
Same.
like makes me so mad.
Same. And like it's
Gosh.
so I look at myself and I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, wow.
But I'm seeing these bodies. Like I'm
Mhm.
seeing my body, not my current body. I'm seeing my, 16-year-old body on the Olympic ice. And that is like, it has made me cry on multiple occasions, and not for the reason I'm usually crying during the Olympics.
I do want to say for people watching or listening, like that since the last Winter Games, the ISU, the
Yes.
organization that oversees ice skating, has upped the age, right? So we had everything around. Tell me her name. What was the young woman in
Kamila
Russia?
Valieva.
Valieva. We did a whole podcast episode. She was the one who was caught doping, but it was really about sort of the abusive system in which her coach was working, who is back.
Was
And we
it?
could...
Was it though?
So
I'll get there.
okay. So we did a whole episode on that 4 years ago. And part of what we were concerned about was like the age. Like they looked
Yes.
like babies. She looked like a baby as a 15-year-old. And now you have to be at least 17 to compete.
Yes.
And just even those 2 years, just they really do make like a visual difference. And so that has been to me too, as I'm a very casual Olympic 4-year cycle on the bandwagon kind of person.
Which we love.
Yes,
we need it.
I'm the regular folk. But that was obvious to me. Like
Yes.
that jumped out to me immediately watching the team competition.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's so huge. So that, and then I have a couple standout programs that I want to talk very briefly
please.
about.
Yes.
First, Danny O'Shea and Ellie Cam, U.S. pair team. When they, oh my gosh,
so their long program for
their
the
long
team
program. Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
They are pair skaters are the most inconsistent jumpers. So you'll see a lot of turnouts and falls from pair skaters, particularly the men, because the joke in skating is that if you're a mediocre figure skater, like freestyle skater, but you're either small enough or strong enough, you go into pairs.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Which is like not fair to any of them.
Sure.
But you do see more mistakes on those individual jumps because it's not the main focus of their skills.
Interesting.
So,
Okay.
Ellie especially has been very inconsistent with her individual jumps, and because Danny just yeets her across the entire ice, she's had some trouble.
He really does.
He
Yeah.
really does.
Man, does he throw her? Yes.
Yeah, but she's had some trouble landing those throws.
It's wild to me that literally anyone lands those throws, but yes, I see what you're saying.
God, every element they did I was screaming. I have not been that emotional about a U.S. pair team ever.
And it really mattered. Them getting third instead of fourth was the point. It was the one that won the gold, really. Yeah.
Yes.
Because they only beat Japan by 1 point. And they were supposed to get fourth. That's what everyone predicted. And they skated so well. Their best of the season? Best ever?
Best
score?
Ever. Yeah.
And they got third. And that point ended up being the difference maker.
Yeah. So just the joy there. And like just to real quick clarify, they got fourth out of 5.
Did they?
But
I thought they came in third. Okay.
Doesn't matter because it was the 1 point above where they were supposed to be. They were supposed to be last.
Okay. That's what it was then. Yes. Thank you.
They were not. And that, like, I have never had that much joy watching a pair team ever.
Yeah.
Just screaming. Matteo Rizzo, Italian.
Oh my God. I cried so hard.
Yes.
I didn't know his name. I didn't know anything about him. And he skated lights out in the men's free program
Team
for
free
Italy.
skate.
Oh my gosh. And he was
medal winning performance. That's that's their third place.
I want to cry right now just thinking about it. Like, I get so emotional whenever an Olympian does better at the Olympics than they've ever done anywhere. I'm like, what would it be to peak at the Olympics? Like, could you ask for anything more than that, having that moment, whatever that is to you, whether or not you're winning a medal or you're coming in 17th, like to do your best on that stage is just like, and then to be Italian and doing it in Milan, like, I don't know, man. He got me. I was crying.
Yeah. Yes. That was incredible. And he was crying after he landed his last jump, like in the middle still of his program, just like, oh, it was so beautiful. I loved it.
It was
so
really
much.
beautiful. The crowd was so excited. Obviously, his teammates were like losing their minds. Like, it was fabulous.
It was brilliant. Max Naumov, men's individual short program. So Max is from the Skating Club of Boston, where I trained, and I almost started training when we moved back to New England. I almost trained with Max's parents when we were deciding between like different places to go back to. We almost went to Connecticut. And so like our whole like Skating Club of Boston community is obviously so rallied around Max, and he is just the sweetest, kindest like
So
kid.
he lost both of his parents and his coach, I believe, in that
Yes.
horrific plane helicopter crash outside of DC last year. And so when he finishes his skates, he holds up a picture of himself as a child on the ice with his parents, which is just, it's amazing that he can perform.
Do anything.
Yes. And to be at the Olympics and performing. Yeah.
Yeah. What really got me is when they like panned back to, because his parents ran a skating camp and he took over. So he is working with all of these kids, and during the coverage, they were showing the live feed from all of his kids watching him.
Oh my gosh.
And like he lost it, and he like didn't even know what to say. And he's just like, oh, that's so-and-so. And just like, he was just so touched to see them all watching and supporting him. Did a perfect program. Beyond that, one of the most beautiful skaters I've ever seen. The way he feels music is so much more intuitive than most skaters, period. And it was beautiful. It was stunning. I was sobbing, obviously.
Yeah. I have really enjoyed Team Japan. Well, I've, as far as like certainly them in the team competition. Tell me, is it Sakamoto? Is that her name?
Yeah.
Holy moly. I just like her. Like, I like to watch her skate, but also she just seems like a genuinely adorable person.
She loves life.
Yeah. She's just like happy to be there. She's like playing peekaboo with the camera. Like, she's giving the heart with her hands. Like, she just seemed to be really, and she's a beautiful skater. And I just sort of enjoyed that entire team as they were making their way through the competition. But she is a highlight.
Yes.
She's on her final. She's already announced that this is her last hurrah, and she skates to Time to Say Goodbye, I think is the name of it, by Bocelli, and her short program. I don't want to sit through it again. I was like, that was enough. That was rough.
It's very emotional.
Yes.
Like, and knowing especially that these careers are, it's from 3 years old. This is all they've ever known, really. And just the conclusion of that and what comes next is just...
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to get to ice dancing. That's coming. But I just want to say so the men are halfway through, and then we'll have pairs, and then we'll have the women, I believe.
Yes.
I'm not, as I said, I'm not a huge Ilya fan. I assume he's going to win this gold, but I much more enjoy Sato's skating. I find it, I just don't like, it's fine. Like, the man can jump. Cool. But I just don't find it as interesting to watch overall. I think his long program is weird with his it's his voiceover, right?
It's so
cringy.
I would be so embarrassed. Like, you're already the best in the world at your sport,
and then he has his own weird.
You are not nothing.
Yes.
You are something.
Yeah, gosh.
What does that even
Aaron
mean?
almost lost his shit when he was
what does that mean, Ilya? Please.
Yeah, someone rein him in.
Now, I have to say, I am wearing my Quad God merch today.
You have Quad God merch?
I have Quad God
Look
merch
at you.
because I love it, and I support small businesses.
I mean, what he can do is genuinely shocking.
It is genius.
Yes. It's not my favorite thing to watch overall. As a program.
Yes.
It's not my favorite thing to watch.
I hate his long. I wish I never had to watch his long program again, because if I never hear that music...
One more time.
I just can't. I can't.
I mean, if he hits enough, he's winning. He's already ahead, and and he has more points. There's just no way to beat him if he's on, because the points are so high. So I'm not. Is there anything you want to say about tomorrow, the long skate, the free skate for the men?
I guess the thing that I want to say in general about that is that my frustration with figure skating comes a lot from misuse of the component score. So in addition to skating, I was also a judge for several years.
Oh, that's right. I should have said that.
No,
Go
you're
ahead.
fine. You're fine.
She was a judge for several years.
Yes. And I actually quit judging because of several instances where I was told things like, you can't give that score. And I said, why not? And they said, because it'll ruin the results. And mostly for me, that was in the component score. There are
So
right now,
what do you, explain that more. So like you're saying there's too much weight on the component part versus the legal or artistic?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
So
okay,
the
great.
component part is skating skills, presentation, and then
I see.
what's the third one? They changed it from 5 to composition.
Okay.
So composition is like how your program is set up. And this is a lot from like, hey, please don't do all of your jumps in the last half of your program. That's actually illegal now, but like because it's an ugly program.
Yeah.
You want to make a beautifully composed program, the choreography, etc.
Okay.
Presentation is partly like if you're doing a clean program, you're going to get a boost of presentation scores because it just amplifies the theatricality of it. But mostly that is how in tune are you with the music? How does your body react and move to what's going on? Are you completely removed from the music, which you'll see
you
in a
can
lot of
feel
skaters.
it. You can feel it when they're not. And then when they are, it's like, it's so breathtaking.
Mind-blowing.
Yes. Yes.
And then skating skills is how deep are your edges? How much power do you get from a single stroke? Stuff like that.
Okay. Okay. This is
What
not
you'll
the thing
see-
that they show us on the screen. That's
Correct.
the technical
Correct.
score. Okay. So that's the
Yep.
thing they're counting up on the box.
Mhm.
Okay. And
And
this
a
is
lot
the
of
other
these-
thing. This is the one that pops up on the screen.
This is the
in
most
kiss and cry.
subjective one.
Okay.
Yeah. And it is, you will see, so for example, for those of you who watched Men's Short, if you watch Max Naumoff, you will see a beautiful presentation. It is stunning. When you watch, I forget his name, but he skated to Dune, and it was one of the most boring things I've ever seen.
Yes, it was rough. He's not a pretty skater.
Why did he
No.
get 3 higher points in program components?
Interesting.
It's because he skates later and judges just automatically ramp
Go
up their
up and up and up
program
and up.
component scores for no freaking reason.
This is like when you grade papers. You just get like as you go.
Yep, because you know the best skaters are at the end.
Yes.
So you just build and build and
Interesting.
build, and it's not fair.
Okay.
It's not accurate. It's
subjective.
yeah, but it's not even the fact that it's subjective. It's the fact that it's subjective and wrong.
Yeah.
Like it's objectively wrong to say that Dune had better presentation than Max, you know?
Okay. Okay. Yes, I see what you're saying. Yes.
So that's a big frustration for me. Ultimately, it's why I quit judging.
And so you're saying like going into the next things we're watching, like to pay attention to how that is scored. Okay, interesting.
And all the scores are available online if you're a real like sicko. So like I love looking at every component score and every GOE and everything. And I'll actually talk about that a little later. But it's fun to look, and it's fun is the wrong word because it's like incredibly frustrating to see how those component scores change just based on the jumps that you're doing, which is the whole point, is that it's not supposed to be that.
Wow. That's so interesting. Are there any particular skaters, either in pairs or the women, that you want us to be looking for that wouldn't necessarily jump off like that?
Yes.
You know, we know about Alyssa Liu, we know about Sakamoto. But I don't know a lot about, especially pairs.
Yes. My whole hopes and dreams are resting on Deanna Stellato Dudek. She is 42 years old. She came back
we
after
love an older athlete.
I think she took like 16 years off. She competed against my older sister. Like in the Midwest, like we have like results sheets with like Jackie and Deanna. Like
wow.
They just skated against each other in freestyle.
Okay.
And I think she was at like a corporate retreat, and they were like, what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? And she said, I would go to the Olympics.
And she's now
so
in the
she
Olympics.
got back. Yep.
What country does she
Pairs.
skate for?
Canada.
Canada in pairs. Tell me her name again.
Deanna Stellato Dudek.
Okay.
I love her. And
all
it's been really scary because she and her partner do an assisted backflip, and she came down wrong in practice. And so concussion protocol, like we didn't know. She was taken out of the team event. Like she was removed from the team event, and she
Oh, that
just
sounds
got
familiar
cleared.
now.
Yep.
Okay, I remember
She
hearing
just got
about that.
cleared yesterday to compete. So hopefully she
Wow.
is doing well, but she will compete.
Wow.
42.
The 4-year Olympic cycle, I've said this so many times in the last week, is so cruel. Like
Yes.
when everything with Lindsey Vonn or anytime you just see someone fail and you're like, they have to wait 4 years to, to try again if they're able to. It is a rough go, man, but that is very exciting. Okay, I'll be looking out for her. Anyone else?
That's really it. Kaori Sakamoto, twice, only 5 times since 1960 has a woman medaled in back-to-back Olympic Games.
Wow.
5 times since 1960.
That's how hard it is to do.
Yes. She was third. So Kaori was third in Beijing, and she has a huge chance to medal again. And this would be really, really exciting.
That would be amazing.
And I want everyone to remember that statistic for when we talk about ice dance later.
Okay. Can I just throw a question out? Do you like Johnny Weir and Tara Lipinski, like as commentators? Because I enjoy them, but I don't know if they're good. But I like them. I like them together, and I like the things they tell me. Yes. I love when they tell me to look out for something. It is so useful. But I don't know, as someone who knows figure skating, is that how you feel about them?
Yeah, I hated Johnny Weir as a skater. He was the most pretentious, prima donna, whiny baby. One time he ran into the boards at nationals. He just ran into the boards, just was doing crossovers, just ran into the boards. And then he pretended he was hurt and went over to the referee and stopped his program. They let him start it again. And then he fell in a jump, and then he left and pretended he was hurt because he was embarrassed. And it's okay to be embarrassed. Yeah. Ilya Malinin was clearly embarrassed that he didn't do as well in his short program. So he said, "Oh, I only gave 50%. No, he didn't.
Yeah.
No, he
didn't.
Just
the things you say to make sense of the failure. Yeah.
Exactly. So hated Johnny Weir as a skater. Love him. I love this life for him.
I think he's great. As someone who knows nothing, I find that him doing ice dancing was great, but I didn't like that lady, whoever she was.
Terry Wilson is horrible.
Oh,
Tracy Wilson is horrible.
But he was great. And then of course them together. Talk about chemistry.
Yes. Yeah,
and I have moments when Tara Lipinski will talk about her win, and I just remember she was just a tiny little baby.
Mm-hmm.
That was wild. 16?
I think she was 15.
15?
Yeah.
Oof, goodness. Okay, I was just thinking about that. I was like, I wonder if Steph likes them too.
I love them.
Okay, that makes me feel better then.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about ice dancing. This sport seems made for controversy, I guess, is sort of my takeaway. So it was a big thing going into these Olympics for the U.S. media because Chalk and Bates, they've won the last 3 world champions. Yeah. So the expectation that they might take the gold. And they were good. They were great in the team competition. They were the best, I think, in ice dancing, based on scores. I'm sure Steph has opinions about all this. But so talk to me about, where do you want to start when you think about ice dancing in this Olympics?
Yeah, I'll start with kind of just giving context-setting baseline, if that's okay. Because I think going through all of it start to end is really the way I've kind of thought through it.
Okay.
Because there's so much. So I know y'all covered this a little bit on the Olympic preview. But Guillaume Cizeron won Beijing Olympics with his partner Gabriela Papadakis, who just released a book, the English translation. French team. Yes, thank you. This is always, I always have to remind guests on Swoon Tower to say their position and name, and I need to do the same for myself. So
yes, they won gold together, reigning champions. Yes.
Yes. English translation of her book title is So As to Not Disappear. And the book is only available in French for now. And she is encouraging people to express interest to the publishers for an English translation because it has to have enough. Books. Mm-hmm. It has to have enough interest to be translated. But she has been very vocal about asking people to not trust AI translations, which but good for her to say it. And please do not take any quotes out of context without reading the full book.
Interesting. Okay. So what do we do with that then?
Well, people hate listening to women. So what they've done with that is they've taken a bunch of quotes out of context
Oh,
that are translated.
I mean, let's be like, so Papadakis is writing about it. Say his name,
Guillaume Cizeron.
Cizeron. When I don't always care about getting the name right when I don't like them.
That's fine.
About sort of the toxic relationship that he had with her.
But that's not what the book is about.
Okay, so tell me.
The book, yeah. So the book is about the abuse she suffered in the Ice Academy of Montreal. AM. You'll hear IAM a lot.
Why do we hear IAM a lot?
13 of the teams in ice dance were coached by...
Of the, 23 total teams at the Olympics? Yeah, so...
Yep. They are the empire of ice dance right now.
Okay, so that's like Chalk and Bates. That's Cizeron and his new partner.
It's basically everyone, quote unquote, good except for Piper Gillis and Paul Poyer.
Yes, right. Okay. So she was at IAM.
And I mean, for her whole life. Like, she started with Guillaume at 9. They were 9 and 10. So she has expressly stated that this book was not meant to be an indictment of Guillaume. She wanted to share the abuse that she suffered in the system. Now, all of the pull quotes, and he has not done himself any favors. He sent a cease and desist. He has not, whatever. But my main issue is that she was trying to call out systemic patterns of abuse in figure skating, broad scale, ice dance, medium scale, and IAM, specific scale. She is trying to focus her attention at the top.
She's looking
and
up,
all of the
is
attention.
What I call it. Yeah. And
all of
everyone
the
is looking down.
Yes. And that's not to say, she has also very clearly stated he is a victim of this abuse. And victims become abusers.
Often.
Often.
That's a problem with how we handle abuse. Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And so this is not to
yeah, we're not going to exonerate him or something.
Right. Yes.
We're going to contextualize him.
Yes, that's exact. And that's a lot of why I wanted to talk about this, because there has been zero contextualization around this conversation in public media, which again, read what you're given. And this is my chance to kind of give some place to it.
But
so that's part one.
Right. Okay. And she was supposed to be the voice we heard on NBC doing the ice dancing commentary, and because of the book and the sort of everything around it,
because of the cease and desist that Guillaume filed, she was pulled.
And we had to listen to that other lady.
Thing. Gabby, horrible commentator. She was terrible. She did nationals. She was real bad. But I am team let women be bad at things until they're good at them. It's like female superhero movies. Everyone's like, oh, Wonder Woman was bad, so we shouldn't let women do superhero movies anymore. What? There are so many bad there are so many bad male commentators.
Yes.
One of the male snowboard commentators got everything wrong that we were watching last night. So let her be bad.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you on this.
So, and I think that's what they'll use as to
Sure.
But also Tracy is horrible, so
she wasn't good.
No.
Man, my favorite moment with her.
She just yells everything.
She yells everything. One, she called, and this I loved, but she called the Spice Girls British heritage. Which is amazing. But also, Aaron almost checked out during the team competition, whichever, I think it was a Georgia team, they skated to Offspring. And she hated the music and would not stop talking about how much she hated the music. And Aaron was like, this team understands the prompt. This is the correct thing to be doing. It was so 90s. It was so 90s.
We've been watching a lot of the venue feed, so we haven't had to hear the
That's great. Okay, so so we have Cizeron. He now has a new partner.
Yes, and that's part 2 of this.
Okay, which is a rough one as well.
Yes. So Laurence Fournier Beaudry used to skate with Nicolas Sorensen for France. They were ice dancers for France. For Canada.
Okay. That's
they
right.
Were mid
she
as
just
hell.
That's right. They were mid. Okay.
Yeah, they were mid. He's very not, he's not good. She's wonderful. She's a beautiful skater.
Obviously.
But
she won gold without him.
But they were mid. They were mid as hell. She's honestly... But
yes, so he is a problem.
he is a problem. He has been banned from the sport for minimum 6 years due to sexual abuse allegations, which you have to say.
Yeah,
And
there was a report.
yes.
And he was found, he was suspended for them.
And then it was appealed on a technicality that he wasn't competing for Skate Canada at the time.
Do with that what you would like.
Do with that what you will. Fournier Beaudry, honestly, these two keep shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, they should just not be behind a mic.
They should just shut up.
They shouldn't talk about this. They're really bad at it. It's harmful, honestly.
It is.
Like I would say it is harmful the way they talk about all of this.
All of this. So she has said, I know my boyfriend, because she was not just his.
They were dating, and they're still dating.
They are dating.
Still, yes.
I know my boyfriend 100%. I trust him. So she is publicly stating her support for him. Same with Guillaume. They have publicly stated their support for him. Now, I am someone who likes to hold enough hatred in my body for everyone who deserves it. And this is something that, again, is frustrating to me because we have all of this deserved hatred going towards Fournier Beaudry and Cizeron. Madison Chalk and Evan Bates invited Nicholas Sorensen to their wedding.
They got married last year, 2024.
2024. This was post allegations. They are very close friends with him. The entire IAM structure is centered around protecting him. So in my mind, any team who is with IAM is also complicit in protecting an abuser.
Which was most of what we watched.
And now Maddie and Evan have much more media training. U.S. figure skating is very intense with their media training. So they have given very stock generic answers that, like, when they're asked about Sorensen, that push it away. But, like, make no mistake, they are still very good friends with this man, and everything their actions have done shows that they support him fully. So, okay, in my mind,
yeah,
fuck them all.
Yeah. Yes, I know when we were going back and forth a little bit on Blue Sky about this, and you're like, well, you have to not like any. I was like, I know
you're
happy.
Like, okay.
I was like happy to torch a sport. I've done that many times. Like, not a problem.
You're literally
for me.
the only person. I've said that so many times, and they're like, yeah, but Maddie and Evan. I'm like, no.
I'm happy to go on that with.
Your response was so refreshing.
Because it's not no sport or accolades to me is worth any of that. So okay, so for Papadakis, we want to say, like, you should be paying attention to IAM and certainly ISU. Is that what, like, the overall?
Yeah, the governing body of figure skating, ISU, definitely deserves some.
Which I'm not a fan
attention.
of. Like, part of what we did 4 years ago was sort of go after the ISU for the way that they. So tell me the coach's name from Russia.
Eteri
Tutberidze, who's back.
Yes.
So this woman has, as I like to say, in her wake is just a bunch of destroyed skaters. Bodies, yeah, and often young. Like, she's done with them when they're 18, 19, and they're already destroyed by that age.
Right.
So much stuff about eating disorders, so much stuff about food is holding food as punishment, water as punishment, just like awful, awful stories about this woman, celebrated by the ISU, like only so many years ago was like, coach of the year.
Yep.
The head of WADA, the World Anti-Doping Association, said that he was upset that she was back, like, after everything that came out 4 years ago, and she's now with Georgia. And when I first saw her face on the screen, I was like, wait a second, what? And genuinely shocked. Like, it's shocking to me that the sport has a space for this person.
Yeah.
And for me, what else do you need to know? Like, what? Like,
yeah. And
yeah.
This is my frustration with Cizeron and Fournier Beaudry taking all of the heat for all of these issues, because no one is looking. It's the same as Camila. Valieva was taking all of the heat for doping until Eteri showed her, like, true colors at the end. That was the only moment she did it to herself that she became the center of attention, and these people, like people started paying attention.
Yes.
Now, no one is paying attention to IAM. Everyone is focused on this French team. And IAM will continue to be perpetuating this abuse over and over and over again. Nobody's talking about Eteri this Olympic cycle. Like, nobody, like, in
This is fascinating to me, Steph, because
huge
like
media.
in doing the work that I do, I have often said that I am willing to talk about individual cases because like that is where the stories that people are able to latch onto. So I obviously do that work. I talk to individuals, I talk about that, but like that is not my interest. Like
Mm-hmm.
I care about accountability on that level. I care about survivors feeling some
Yes.
sort of justice or repair or like whatever the right word is. But like that is not the actual reason I do the work. The work is because I'm, and as I said, I look up, right? Like who can I see above? Like who can I draw attention to? If you talk about Baylor in college football, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure, I'm interested in that specific case that we drew attention to, but like I'm much more interested in the coach. I'm interested in the university president. I'm interested in the NCAA. Those are the places I want to go. And so you saying this to me is so useful. Like that is, and you're right. You're totally right. And like, has
And I
anyone
don't
does
want it
work
to,
on IAM? Like, has someone, is there
I don't
like
know.
good stuff out there about this place?
Not that I've seen, and like I haven't really done enough research besides like what I know from people I know. But the problem is it really doesn't stop there, and it doesn't stop at Eteri and Sambo 70. You talk
What
about
do you
eating
think it is?
disorders.
Like,
It's
what
figure
is,
skating.
it's just the sport.
It's the sport. I
It's
mean,
it's the pretty little, what is it? Pretty girls in little boxes?
in little boxes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is,
You talk about eating disorders, and it's not even coming from the coaches all the time. Like, yes, I had a coach who told me that maybe I should think about eating less. And I was like, no.
where does it come from? Like from,
But it comes from other skaters. So one
oh,
of the like best skaters at my rink, I like remember this so vividly. We were sitting outside at lunch because it was summer camp. It was like me and like a bunch of other like 14-year-old girls, and she was like 16 and the star. And she said, okay, if you smell your lunch and chew on your arm, it's the same thing as eating.
well, that's so sad.
Yeah. And that like
This is
that
so, yeah, it's like,
idolization of these skaters, we said, oh, okay.
and this means, so now to like circle back to what we're seeing with Alyssa Liu and Amber.
Yes. Yes.
And I talk about this a lot when I talk about college football. That's what I know the best. So, the best person to intervene in a college football space is the coach. But then we have to acknowledge that the coach is part of the system. Like they have literally raised in this exact system that we're trying to change. And so while that kind of intervention can be so massive, if the coach is willing to do it, it's so hard to get them to do it because how would they know? How, like they know what they know. And to me, like that's why seeing any kind of break in the cycle
Yeah.
is so huge, right? And like, and as you're saying, like seeing the different body types. There was one of the brother sister duos from
Yes.
the Czech Republic.
I cried. I looked at Mike and I said, she looks like me. She
I
looks
know.
like
I was like, I always get so happy. Like Aaron and I watched a lot of women's professional volleyball, and every once in a while there's a big girl out, and I just am like, thank you. Like we can be athletes too.
Yes.
But it is like genuinely shocking to see an ice skater who looks like that, and she looked great.
She's incredible.
Yeah. And so I'm hearing you now. Like I'm putting all these pieces together for myself as an outsider, like coming to this. Like,
and it's so hard because like, how do I get this across in a skeet?
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I can't. And like, so thank you for giving me like this space to talk about it, because like all I can do is like, I've got a text thread with my sisters, and you know, the three of us were all raised in a high control environment, which is apparently, I learned last night, the nice way to say a cult.
I mean,
and it changes your way of thinking, and it dictates the way you're supposed to live. It's very similar. And I think more people, I want to encourage people to enjoy figure skating, and I want them to know that it is so, so, so broken as a sport.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially ice dance. Can I do a quick like overview of like scoring stuff that might help clear up some things for people?
Okay, so last thing we'll do, because there was controversy over scoring and the ice dancing final.
Okay. So from my perspective, seeing Fournier Beaudry and Cizeron on the top of the podium from a purely skating perspective, huge for this sport. Since 1988, only 2 times has a team won the Olympics that hadn't been on the podium before in the previous Olympics. So remember, 5 skaters since 1960 in women had multiple podiums. Never happened except for twice. The first time was in 2000.
This is ice dancing.
This is an ice
You're
dance.
saying, okay, twice in ice dancing.
Twice in ice dance. In some year, I didn't write the year down. All 3 of the podium teams retired. So no one was left.
Okay.
In 2006, the 2002 gold and silver medalists had retired. Barbara Fusar-Poli and Maurizio Margaglio, who you saw Barbara Fusar-Poli coaching. She's one of the non-IM coaches. I love her.
Good
She's an icon. He tripped in their original dance, which is like that version of the
Was that the one,
dance.
the famous picture where she stood?
Yeah,
I looked
she's
it up.
staring
Johnny
at him.
Weir said to look it up, and I did.
Yes. Oh, it was one of the most iconic moments in figure skating ever. Mike and I, when we were in Torino 2 years ago, I was like, can we go to the rink where Barbara Fusar-Poli stared at Maurizio Margaglio? And so we did.
Love that. Okay.
But yeah, so they clearly weren't on the podium, but they would have been. Dance rewards longevity.
Okay.
There is the expectation in dance is that you earn your spot on the podium. You earn your gold through years and years and years.
Which is absolutely the narrative for Chalk and Bates this time around.
Everyone said
it.
They felt owed it.
Yeah, you could
from
tell.
Like, yes,
from
you could.
their reaction last night. Yes,
we can do hard
or
things.
Yesterday. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not a fan of them, but
I can tell.
That's clear.
That's okay. You're allowed to not like them.
I don't like anyone. I like Annette Piper and Paul to win. But so basically, it is unheard of.
Apparently, yes.
Yeah, it is unheard of in ice dance to get onto the podium with a new partner. You are supposed to die with your partner. Guillaume Cizeron should have died with Gabriela Papadakis. When she wanted to retire, he said, I'm not done. And so eventually found this new partner.
Okay. So the fact that they were able not just get on the podium, but win the whole thing.
But to win. Knowing that you can be a new team, they have been together 1 year, and disrupt the historical, like, year by year incremental move. Massive.
Okay.
Now, a note about Twizzlegate. Everyone saying they didn't skate a clean program. Chalk and Bates did.
Messed up a little bit on one twizzle.
He did.
He came out early, right? Wobbled?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Exactly. If he hadn't,
he
would have had a level 4 on that twizzle, which would have put their base value 0.4 points higher. Their GOE would have been higher as well. So if they had done that perfectly, they just would have won by 3 points instead of 1 point.
Yeah.
If you are a sicko and you look at the breakdown,
we did. I sent it to Aaron last night because he was upset and wanted to understand. So there was a text with the breakdown.
Good. So what you'll see in that is that Evan Bates at Nationals got a level 4 on his 1 foot turn sequence. At the Olympics, he only got a level 3 in both team and individual. So that knocked him down a level, the same as it knocked Guillaume down a level on his twizzles. So that was a 0.5 point that they were knocked in the technical mark. Now, people are asking, why didn't Guillaume get a negative GOE, grade of execution, on that twizzle sequence? If you look at every single GOE, apparently, and this is so weird, apparently, like, ice dance judges just don't give negative GOEs. In the entire 20 skaters with 7 elements for every skater, there were only 2 negative GOEs.
Okay. So that would
and they were like negative 0.4 and negative like 1 or something. So like a +1 GOE in ice dance, you should be embarrassed, I guess.
Okay.
That's as bad as getting negative. So people asking why it got positive, because that's just how ice dance scales. I can't explain it.
Well, there was a thing too about Spain, who was third, put the Chalk and Bates as like, gave them the 3rd highest score. That was different. No?
Spain.
That was a thing I saw. But
no.
Because there was controversy about what the French judge did.
I mean, that makes sense. There will always be controversy about a French judge.
Yes, apparently. But yeah, the Spanish judge gave chalk and base the third lowest score, which seems to have been the big breaker between the two teams.
Got it.
But I don't know like what the controversy is other than maybe that judge just judged it differently.
Right, judged it differently. And like here's the way that I relate it. In the team event, Ilya Malinin stepped out, like he wobbled out of the landing on his first triple loop. He completely stepped out of his quad lots with his hand down. He
Yes.
two-footed the triple flip in the sequence. No one questioned him winning that event, even though Shun had a perfect program.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody said, why did Ilya win this? Because his technical skill is so
high.
far beyond. That is the same. Guillaume Cizeron is the best figure skater in the world when you're looking at purely skating skills. Their level of technicality is so far beyond anyone else. I am surprised it was this close.
I don't know how to describe this, but they did a low lift, like where he was full knee bent. We were like, what are we even looking at? Like, how is that? And they got the full score. It was like a 15.7 and they got a 15.7. Like It was perfectly executed. That was the kind of thing where that's why you watch the Olympics, even if you don't like
even
the
if
people.
they are horrible people.
Yeah, even if you don't like what you're watching, the people you're watching, like that was genuinely unreal.
So I'm hoping that kind of like explains it a little bit. The second mark, of course, I think that Piper and Paul should have had the highest, second highest second mark. I can't fault, like physically, purely skating, like they deserve to win. Piper and Paul should have been second, in my opinion.
Paul
they were
just
so beautiful,
sobbing at the end.
Yep. And they were so happy and so joyful, and that's what the Olympics should be.
It was so beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, Steph Crugnola.
So yeah, I hope that like I know that was like a lot and very like, but
no, I loved it.
Okay.
I could listen to you talk all day. But
I just feel like it's something I've seen so many videos that were like, he fell on his twizzle. How dare they win? And I'm like, oh, because it's actually a thing. Like it's nuanced and it's
and they don't want to like him. Right.
Like, and that's
most
fine.
people don't. And so it's all the compoundedness of that.
Yes.
Yep. Sports, man.
Anyway, I'm so excited for the rest of the events.
Yeah, yes, me too. What a time. Well, Steph Crugnola, thank you so much for coming on Burn It All Down. Where can people find you if they want to find you on the internet?
Yeah, you can find me at Cruggles, Crugglez, on Instagram and Blue Sky. And then I have a website. It's stephcrugnola.com.
You should go find Steph and follow her.
Go there. Someone contacted me on my website last night and I was like, oh, I forgot I had this.
If you're listening to this and you're an Austin FC fan and you somehow don't follow Moon Tower and Swoon Tower, you should go do that. They're all incredible. Steph, this has been so great.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being on. So I just want to remind our watchers, our listeners, please check out the Kickstarter, contribute if you haven't, spread the word. We're trying to get to that 25K. Subscribe to YouTube, sign up for the newsletter, all those things. And for now, as always, burn on and not out.